on my walking cane, my feet won't take me here again. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins overtaken me.
Hi, this is Rik Palieri, and welcome to another chapter in the Songwriter's Notebook. And we've been having a big time today here in the VCAM studio, I'll tell you. You know, we had the Starline Rhythm Boys, that's why I'm all fancied up over here. It was their 20th anniversary show, so I thought I had to be properly attired for that. It's a little bit more attired than I would get usually.
For us, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you know, you guys are like old friends, you know, and it's great to have you back again. It's been so long. We have Ruane and Beth Duquette. And they have, the last time they were on was back in the days when we had the old wicker screens and the green potted false plants, and that's how we did it a long time ago, back in the 1999, 2000. And now they're here in the studio today, and they're here for a very good reason, because it's sort of like the local folk make good, because they have a super new CD that has been climbing the charts, as we say, and people all over the world are listening to their music and learning about them. You know, they've been here, you know, like many of us, you know, sometimes people are, you know, you're local and people, oh yeah, we know who they are. But when people from other places, other countries, they start playing your CD, and they start writing beautiful reviews about your CD, then you know that something is working. And I'll tell you that my wife, Mariana, loved this CD so much that she made me listen to it over and over on this long trip. So we became really acquainted. No, it's really a nice album, and I'm really happy for you guys. You want to just talk about that a little bit? How did this project come together? The name of it is?
It's called Notch Road, and it's takes its name from one of our songs, which is called Old Notch Road. And Notch Road is a road in Bristol. It kind of bridges from Bristol to Lincoln, Vermont, and it's kind of a hard luck road in places. Especially, I used to actually live on that road back in like 1980, 1981, in that thing. And as a notch road, it kind of goes, as you might imagine, climbs up a mountain, and it's very kind of a rough road. It's really just carved into the side of the mountainside, and so it used to have a lot of people living in small cabins back when I was living there. And I one day was just kind of sitting with the guitar and starting to write a song, and that place came to mind. And I've been kind of a lot of the stuff that's on this album actually is pretty place based. There's for some reason, when I was doing a lot of the songwriting, I was thinking about specific places in Vermont, and actually, you know, one case, a specific place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But you know, there was I always had a place in mind, an actual place, and sometimes an actual instance in mind that I was working on the song with. And so Notch Road, it's the title song is actually kind of a moody number. It's a mood number.
You should give us a little taste of it, since we're talking about it, you know. And you know, Beth, you guys have been singing for such a long time together.
Quite a long time. I don't know, 25 years? Is that?
We started officially. I made a CD that came out in 2001 that formed a band to accompany, it's sort of like tour with for that. And Beth was part of that. But we've been playing together before that for at least 5 years, I think.
Probably about that long.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a healthy time. But here's a little bit of Notch Road.
Notch Road, I'm living here still. Sweet little cabin, it's a place you've known. Up on a mountain, living all alone. Old Notch Road with the sky so low. Old Notch Road where the sun comes slow. Old Notch Road got me back again. Don't need a map to show you where I've been.
So there's more to the song than that, and actually, but that's just a taste of the feel of it. And actually, on the album, we have our friend Michael Chorney playing an electric guitar on it. This kind of, it's a sort of moody number, and Michael just brought this beautiful piece to it that he said that he just listened to the song over and over and over, and just came up with this guitar part that was just so perfect. And it's really fun. One of the things that was great about this album is that, it was Beth and my solo album, duo album, but we took a lot of time working on it and got a lot of interesting musicians involved in it. A lot of people musicians we really love and who were foolish enough to say yes when we said, hey, would you play on that? Including, Matt Flinner, who's this world-class mandolinist who tours the world. He has his own trio, but he's been touring recently with Robbie Folks, and he's moved to my hometown of Ripton. And I jokingly said, when a musician moves into Ripton, it's expected that you'll play on the other musicians' albums when they make one. And he said, oh, sure.
Of course, we should mention too that Mitch Barron, who is a third of our group, Bread and Bones, the last time we were on this program, he's on quite a few.
And he brought so much to the
so much fun
as he
playing
does.
with him.
He does.
He just steps right in there and he knows what to do.
He is definitely one of the great bass players of the Northeast.
Now, I want to just turn back the clock a little bit because the first time that I met you was in Springfield, Vermont, at a nuclear freeze, and we were doing a concert, and you were in Feast or Famine.
I was in Feast or Famine back then. Yes, I remember that gig. That was actually a really fun gig to do. So was it the high school? Was it?
Yeah, it was at the high school.
At the high school, and it was for a good cause. There was a nice turnout of people and a great turnout of musicians.
Yeah, and that was the very first time that I saw you, and then when I moved up here to see you in this kind of, you were playing with Bread and Bones, you were doing other things solo. You were of course with the Ripton Coffee House doing a lot of things there, which you should just tell people, the viewers here. It's important for you to know and to be able to support the fine work that these two have been doing for so long at providing a venue, a class venue, one of those venues that people all over the country flock to, over in Ripton. And you want to just talk about that just for a moment?
Sure. Well, the Ripton Community Coffee House has been going on for
20. I think we're going into our 25th year.
And it's long time, and it started out actually kind of as not a mistake, but I had lived in Ripton previously and then moved back to Ripton, and there was a housewarming party. We invited a bunch of our musician friends, and all of us had played at the community house there, this beautiful wood frame building, and we were kind of talking about the fact that there used to be dances there used to be potlucks, and there was nothing going on there for the community. And especially we were talking about, come the winter, one of the things that happens, and this is a little mountain village in Ripton, one of the things that happens in these little towns is people don't see each other during the winter. And so we just cooked up, an idea of why don't we use that space and make it a space for people to come together from the town. And so that was many years ago now, but we started it off and figured, it'll run for 5 months or maybe even a year, and then it'll peter out. And instead, it's been going strong
Yeah.
for all these years.
It's a wonderful community event,
Yeah.
and people come to see each other every month too, and get to see this wonderful music. And we feel so lucky to be able to be there doing it. And
it's a wonderful listening room. Seats about 130, and we get an average audience of about 100 plus every time, even if it's somebody that people haven't heard about, because they trust us, luckily.
And you have an open mic.
We have a wonderful open mic. That's true. 4 slots, and people come, and sign up 2 weeks ahead of time, and they only need 12 minutes of material. Could be tap dancing. We had a tap dancer once. We had many years ago, but yeah. Poetry, stories, and
so first Saturday of the month. So we got a show coming up, so anybody out there who wants to come play a little bit.
And you have a website.
And we have rcch.org.
Yep.
So make sure that you're looking for the different performers that are coming through. Practice up and get on the open mic. I did it.
That's right.
I've done it, and it's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it. Now, I want to just skip on back.
Sure.
Because we have a lot of time to talk about your CD. And we want to get in this song that my wife drove me crazy about. The thing that she liked so much about it was it has this kind of almost like Robert Frost feeling to it. And there's something very haunting about the imagery in this song that makes you hit the replay button and listen again and again. And then she took out the liner notes and had me read just the words. So, folks, you have to hear this song.
Okay.
And the name is?
Is it Two Crows, possibly?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I fell asleep by Alder Creek and heard 2 crows begin to speak. By Alder Creek I heard 2 crows conversing. The smaller to the larger said, the sleeper here will soon be dead in the sunshine in the middle of the day. A mile upstream the wild geese swam in a pond made by an earthen dam. The wild geese swam in a pond now close to bursting. That earthen dam is giving way. The sleeper he will drown today in the sunshine in the middle of the day. Drown he'll be while sleeping fast. Drown his churning waters pass while sleeping. He'll be taken by the river, washed away till washed to ground, and we shall follow where he's bound in the sunshine in the middle of the day. We shall feast upon him well, oh, hear the waters start to swell, oh, we shall feast, the wall of waters coming. The dam has burst, the water's near to sweep away the sleeper here in the sunshine in the middle of the day. When I awoke to hear the roar, I ran from that creek's deadly shore as rushing waters tried to overtake me. As they barely passed me by, I saw 2 crows rise in the sky in the sunshine in the middle of the day. Now crows remember every wrong, they don't forget though years have gone now. Every wrong, those real and those imagined. Sometimes on a branch I see 2 crows still waiting patiently in the sunshine in the middle of the day. I fell asleep by Alder Creek and heard 2 crows begin to speak in the sunshine in the middle of the day.
Now, of course, now when you see two crows, you're like, oh, okay. You know, it was really interesting when I listened to it the first time, and then the second and the third and the fourth. That when I looked at crows from now on, it really brings you back to your song. So I think you did a really fine job of crafting that particular song. And you have other songs that are a bit of a surprise on there. The one that you did with Jeffrey Pepperson.
Oh, Jeffrey Pepper Rogers and
Right.
yeah,
And Wendy.
Right.
And Wendy.
That was an unusual song because of the arrangement was very different. It took you in a different place, didn't it?
Oh, you know, it's good to not be totally stuck in the same thing, you know. And I kind of happened upon a different instrument. Actually, let me just swap these guys.
Yeah, you
Got that?
go. I do.
But this is a tenor guitar, and I also have a lovely octave mandolin that's tuned the same as this. And I started out as a mandolin player, and then moved to guitar when I stopped being in bands. I was in Feast or Famine, as you mentioned, and played mandolin and guitar and mandola, and then was in a world beat music band called Sundog, and played electric mandolin in that one, 5-string electric, and then stopped being in those bands when my kids got the second kid came around, and it didn't really work for me to be on the road. And when I was being a solo musician, it's amazing how short an attention span people have for a person just sort of standing up on stage playing mandolin all night. You know, I mean, it's you know, they really want to hear other instruments. So I switched to guitar, but this is such a great instrument for you know, bringing back all the chord positions and everything I learned from the mandolin, and it gives much more of a sound to it. But so this, because it can let me do a lot of more sort of jazz kind of stuff, that sometimes I go in that direction and sometimes I go into more traditional.
Give us a little feel of that.
Of the
Some friends told me they saw you today. So you're back in town, should I run the other way? Well, I say, baby, the past is all done at last. The future still waits to be found. No reason to fear, be no
Wait,
hearts breaking here.
sorry.
Is that enough?
That's enough. That's enough
That gives
because
you a little bit of it.
yeah, it's got all these jazz chords there, and I was just like getting it confused with another tune. Sorry about that, but
No,
yeah,
no,
there you
that's-
go. There's a feel.
That's a feel. That's a feel. You know, and it's an interesting instrument. And
Yep.
you know, I think that the cool thing is it really gives Beth a chance to really belt it out.
Well, I gotta say, it's so much fun singing these songs, and that Richard has been writing specifically, and I've been giving him ideas, but for me to sing, and it's just, it's so much fun, and I love this style of these more like from the 30s, this kind of feel to them.
You have an unusual version of St. James Infirmary too.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah. Do you want
a little taste of
yeah,
that too?
I'll give you a little taste of that
Okay.
one. You got that one in there?
Wait, it's in there. I don't know. It sounds like the other one. No.
Very nearly. I was down at old Joe's Barroom, at the corner by the square. They were serving up the drinks as usual, and the usual crowd it was there. And on my right was Sweet Lou and Mackenzie, but her eyes were bloodshot red. Oh, she turned proud and round there. These were the words that she said.
I went down to the St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there. He was lying on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so fair. You know he treated me so mean and low down. He didn't seem to care. Deep down, way down, he might have been good, but I won't see him again there. He had a
Hard heart, such a hard heart.
still he believed we never would part. To the end of my days, he thought I'd sing his praise. It's too hard to love a hard, hard heart.
Yeah, yeah. Now that second part, where did that part, because I was listening to the CD and all the time, I was like, wait a minute, there's a new part in this. Where did that come from?
I have a really hard time arranging traditional tunes without sticking some of my own kind of beeswax in there, I guess,
It
It's-
worked though. I mean, it worked. It was like, I kept thinking, well, is this another version I haven't heard yet?
Well, it is, yes. It's a brand new one, but yeah.
That was cool. That was cool. And what other kind of things that you put together on this CD is a kind of a departure from what you've done in the past?
Well, I mean, the use of the octave mandolin and the tenor is certainly a departure. The actually,
And
that-
ukulele too.
The
and the ukulele.
Well, you
Well,
got-
the ukulele we've had a ukulele tune on each of our Bread and Bones albums also. It's good to have a token ukulele.
Well, you gotta. It's here.
It's here. Would you like to hear
Yeah.
some
Well,
ukulele?
what happens is, people are watching and they go, he hasn't played that ukulele.
Yeah,
Yes, sitting down there looking pretty small, isn't it?
That poor ukulele. Nobody's paying attention to it. Let's see. Is that going to stay there?
I think so.
I think so.
There you go.
Okay.
So this tune we'll do is kind of
It's a co-write. This one.
It's co-write. And Richard, I told him a story about a job I had in Rhode Island when I was trying to move west, and he just took my whole story and made it into a song.
Well,
word for
actually,
word.
I had you write it out.
Yes.
And so there's the phrases from her story kind of got so there's some phrases that were taken verbatim, and there's some phrases that were a little less verbatim.
It's almost true though, but this is it's almost always all the way true. But this is called Stuffing Clams. That's right. Stuffing clams and Exeter, my jeans can stand alone. Get off work before the dawn, get some breakfast, go on home. Later in the afternoon, we ride in Clark's Torino to a beach or to a bar till it works at the casino. And I'm back here at the factory, then clamshell sliding by. Stuffing clams in Exeter, graveyard shift till 4. Trying to make some money here till I can't stand this anymore. The lifers drinking vodka from their soda cans all say, you came to make some money, but just like us you'll stay. And they stand around and joke a while, but I just smile and nod, though in a few short weeks I know I'm headed out to Colorado. And it's goodbye little clamshell, oh little clam, goodbye. Stuffing clams in Exeter, worked till nearly dawn. Through the night I worked the line, but 2 more weeks and I'll be gone. And it's goodbye, little clamshell. Oh, little clam, goodbye. Goodbye, little clamshell. Oh, little clam, goodbye.
Makes you want to have a mint julep or something.
It's a fun
Well, get out your guitar there and let's get this song in that we kind of went over, folks. And
Oh, look
Wait,
at
hold
that.
that for a sec.
we have a few more minutes, and we're going to just get that. We have 3 minutes, so we're going to just try to get this song in. And take a look for the website, and I think we'll pop it up there on the screen so that you folks at home can learn more about Richard Ruane and Beth Duquette. And you can see right there, so if you want more information, you can go right there to their site and get more information about all kinds of things, where they're going to be, and who knows what else they put on their blog. So check it out, and then you'll know. So we're going to do this song. Once again, Richard has changed a traditional song, so I'll hope that I'm still finding my way.
Thank you very much for having us.
Rick, it's been great
It's
being
been so much
here.
fun.
Well, it's great to have you guys. Let's try to get this through here. Go ahead.
Hand me down my walking cane. It's time to take the road that's plain. Hand me down my walking cane. I will not pass this way again. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. I got drunk, paid no mind. Back home behind. I got drunk, I paid no mind, and now I've no path left to find. My sins, they've overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. Oh, hell is deep, hell is wide. It's full of souls, once filled with pride. It might be deep, it might be wide. I might have one foot there inside. My sins overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. Don't you wait upon the doorstep for me, darling. Take the candle from the window, blow it out. Don't you see me in each stranger's face that's passing? I dug myself into a hole before getting out. Hand me down my walking cane. My time is past, and I won't remain. Hand me down my walking cane. My feet won't take me here again. My sins overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, overtaken
Well, we'll hit it again. We've got a few seconds here. Go ahead.
Have down my walking cane.
You know it.
Time's past, and I won't remain. Hand me down my walking cane. I will not pass this way again. Oh, my sins overtaken me. My sins overtaken me. I got drunk, I paid no mind. Left my friends and my home behind. I got drunk, I paid no mind.